Hello. Welcome to The Evan Show. I'm your host, Evan. This is our permanent guest slash co-host.
I'm Rob, or Daddy.
Okay. So today, my first video, we will mainly be making up trades, talking about the NBA playoffs and the NFL offseason. After that, that's it. Alright. So, you can make the first trade. And
Okay.
I'll decide if I want it or not.
So which league are we trading in?
The NFL first. Well, you can do anything. NHL, NBA, MLB, or NFL.
Well, since the trade deadline is passed for the NHL and the NBA, I think I'd focus on MLB right now. And I'll talk about what I think the Red Sox need.
Okay.
So, probably for the Red Sox right now, the biggest need is starting pitching,
Yeah, definitely.
right?
I mean,
So
they
we
don't
get-
have Chris Sale anymore, so they gotta start Rich Hill.
Yes. So, I don't know really what's out there, what's available for trade bait.
I mean,
but-
Aaron Savala's not been doing that well lately, but of course he's one of Cleveland's best two pitchers.
I know Frankie Montes
Oh, yeah.
for the A's may be available, right? So maybe giving up some of these young prospects that we have in the minors that are maybe blocked by Trevor Story now, or if
Yeah.
Devers or Bogarts get signed to a extension, they might not need some of these infielder prospects.
Like,
that they have.
maybe Jonathan Aruz and maybe...
They might have to go better than that. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to give up Marcelo Meyer, who was their first-round draft pick last year. He's supposed to be the shortstop of the future, but it'd still be 2 or 3 years before he could possibly be in the majors. But that's what I would be thinking. Somebody of that level of starting pitching, Montes, or
Yeah.
somebody on another team that's not going anywhere. The Reds.
Reds are the worst team right now. Last I checked, they were like 2-10.
Right? Maybe there's somebody on Pittsburgh, maybe a younger pitcher on Pittsburgh that has some skills.
I'm not
but-
sure if Brubaker is young, but he's okay. Yeah.
So that would be my suggested trade. Starting pitching for the Red Sox.
Okay.
What do you got?
So this one is a would you accept this trade? So I want Joe Burrow in return for Juju Smith-Schuster and a 2024 second round pick.
So Juju, who just signed with the Chiefs,
Yes.
you want to trade him to the Bengals for Joe Burrow.
And I'm also giving you guys a 2024 second round pick for that.
I will shoot that trade down every day. Joe Burrow has far more future potential than Juju Smith-Schuster does, so you probably have to
Yeah.
throw in a couple of first-round picks, and probably even more to make Cincinnati even think about making that trade.
But you got that 2024 second round pick. I mean, there could be like an excellent college prospect in the next couple of years who does that draft, and
But who's going to be their quarterback until then? If they get rid of their number
Maybe
one
they'll-
quarterback.
trade for someone or start Brandon Allen. I mean, he didn't do too well.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say no thank you to that
Okay.
trade.
How about this one?
Okay.
Tyreek Hill for Devontae Adams and a 2023 sixth round pick.
2023 sixth round pick. Well, I'm of the opinion that Devontae Adams is a much better receiver than
Yeah,
Tyreek
but-
Hill.
Hill's got the speed.
Hill's got speed, but Devontae's got much better hands, and I think he
Yeah.
can run routes a lot better. So, sixth round pick might not be enough. You know, maybe if it's Devontae Adams and you're giving me, gosh, I don't know.
How about this one? Matt Jones For Zach Wilson,
I'm already out
Braxton Berrios, and a 2023 fifth round pick. You got Berrios and a 2023 fifth round pick here.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, Mac Jones versus Zach Wilson. If you just look at them straight up, right? Like, why would you want to give up Mac Jones for Zach Wilson based on what you know about them after year one?
Yeah.
Now, Berrios, he just started to show some promise as a receiver. He was a great returner, right?
Mhm.
But Patriots had him in their system and then decided to let him go. So we kind of know what we're getting.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think I'm going to have to say no to that one as well.
All right, you give me a trade.
All right. Is this going to be the last one?
Uh-uh.
So, NFL trades for the Patriots. I think I want some more help in the secondary.
Mm.
And I know that the guy for the Chiefs there, the Honey Badger, what's his name?
No idea.
Plays defensive back, safety. He came from the Cardinals, and then he went to...
Is it Baker?
No, not Baker, Buda Baker. But
No. Okay.
Anyhow, the Honey Badger, your listeners will know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
He's a pretty aggressive secondary person and can really disrupt the passing game. So I would be looking for somebody like him. I know that he's unhappy right now in Kansas City, so maybe you can get him for a third round, fourth round pick.
Oh. Even for a guy that valuable?
I would like to think so.
Wow.
What do you say? Give me a third round, that compensatory pick maybe? Late in the third, early fourth?
Sure.
Wow, all right.
Just for that aggressive guy.
We're strengthening the Patriots secondary. That's what we need.
If only this was real.
If only you were the Kansas City Chiefs general manager and I were the Patriots general manager, the deal would
Or
be done.
the other way around.
True.
I mean, hey, maybe a Patriot or Bill Belichick or someone on Kansas City or Kansas City's coach says, "Oh, hey, I like this trade. Maybe we should do that." I don't know. It could always happen.
You never know.
Yeah. All right.
That's the beauty of fake trades, right?
Yeah.
Just throw stuff against the wall and see what sticks.
All right. Would you take this one?
Okay.
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, good running back.
Yes.
Getting a little older though.
For Elijah Mitchell.
Okay.
And a 2023 fifth round pick.
So again, when we're thinking about trades, the team giving up the better player would need to be getting quite a bit back in return to justify the trade, right?
Except Elijah Mitchell's a rising star, and they could get someone who becomes like the new Tom Brady if but of like a different position. If like Brady was a 199th pick, and that's a fifth rounder. That's higher up.
Sixth rounder.
Yeah, Brady was a sixth rounder. This is a fifth rounder here.
Gotcha.
So you could get someone higher up than Brady in the draft. I mean, that doesn't mean that they're going to be better than Brady at whatever position they play, but...
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a good trade. I don't know. I'd have to know how old Elijah Mitchell is. Was he a rookie last year?
Yeah, he was a rookie.
Year?
He was a rookie last year. He's a very... And without Mostert, Sermon goes up to running back 2, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Well, that might be a good trade then, because I'm getting the younger player and a draft pick.
Yeah, who could do
to get an
very
established running back who's got some mileage on him.
Yeah.
I think if I was the one getting Mitchell in a draft pick, I would probably have to say yes to that trade because I think I might be getting the better of the trade in the long run.
Yeah. I mean, Joe Mixon is the better running back right now, but you never know. Maybe Elijah Mitchell has a season where he does better than Jonathan Taylor this season.
That would be a pretty good season.
Yeah. Maybe he does what Derrick Henry was doing all season before he broke that fifth metatarsal bone or whatever happened.
Wow.
I think he broke his fifth metatarsal bone in his left foot or something like that.
Sounds like a segment for future podcast episodes.
Yeah,
of the
probably.
Medical Minute. We talk about some of the key injuries across the leagues.
Alright, but we should probably get on to the NBA playoffs now.
Alright.
Judging by the fact that we're already over 10 minutes through.
Mm.
Okay, so, Celtics. If they win this next game in Brooklyn tomorrow, they're into the second round with a sweep.
Yes, they are.
And-
Impressive.
And they're going to be the only team with a sweep, too, I think. Because all the other teams have at least gotten one loss.
Yeah, Philly was close, but Toronto picked up a win in Game 4, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be a very, very impressive feat if the Celtics can pull off the sweep.
I think they
Brooklyn
can.
is a pretty good team with,
KD and Kyrie.
right?
And they're going to have Ben Simmons in Game 4.
I don't think that's going to do much for the Nets, but
I mean, they kind of have two starting guards already. They can start 2-point guards and not have to worry about having to start like Blake Griffin or Bruce Brown.
I would say that if the Celtics can continue playing defense the way that they've been playing, it's not going to matter who's on the other team. They've really taken the best player in the league, in my opinion, Kevin Durant, and shut him down. Taking him totally out of his game.
I feel like there's only a couple of players better than Durant. I mean, he's one of the best players, definitely.
So, top 3 players in the NBA. Number 3 for you.
Number 3, gonna have to say, Durant came very close to the top 3.
So he's not even in your top 3.
No.
Wow.
I'm putting in Antetokounmpo.
Okay.
A rising
Giannis
star.
is number 3.
Rising star. Lots of talent. He's on a team with some talented players. And he's done well for the past few games and years.
So number 3, Giannis. Number 2,
Jokic.
Nikola Jokic.
I feel like there's people out there coming after him. They're gonna do better. They're gonna surpass him. I mean, he's in, his 7th season now?
I'm not sure, but he's the reigning MVP,
Yeah.
and he had to play this season without
Jamal Murray.
And he still got his team into the playoffs pretty easily, high seed.
Yeah.
I think maybe statistically had an even better year than he did in his MVP year last year.
Yeah, but, I mean, having a 110-point fantasy game, he's averaging 60.2 points or whatever in fantasy basketball.
Yeah.
He's definitely an excellent player, but I feel like there's rising stars coming after him in his name. He's not going to be the MVP this year if some players can do well in the playoffs that do better than him. Like if Embiid does better than him and continues to stay as hot as he's been, he might actually take MVP over Jokic.
Okay. So you've got Giannis at 3, Jokic at 2. So who is your number 1 player in the NBA right now? Power ranking. Number 1.
So I know LeBron's a really good player, but he's getting old. 18th season. He's kind of running out of time because 18 seasons. I feel like if he gets traded from the Lakers soon, or if he leaves the Lakers, then that next team might be his last. I don't know, but it's just age that's taking him out of this. So I'm gonna have to go with Embiid.
Joel Embiid.
I would put him at 2 if Jokic had put up anything a little bit better than he was.
Yeah.
Like, had he gone to, 65 on an average for fantasy, he would have definitely been the number 1.
Well,
But Embiid, he's rising. He's rising more than Jokic.
It's a pretty good top 3. I'll tell you what, going back to our original point of the conversation in the NBA playoffs, if Jason Tatum keeps playing the way that he has been through these first 3 games of the playoffs, you're going to have to start putting him into the conversation of top 3 players in the league, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty impressive. He's playing defense.
He had like 6 of 13 steals by the Celtics.
Not
That's
bad.
crazy.
Yeah. So, of all of the other series in the playoffs right now, the Celtics and the Nets I thought was going to be the one that had the most, like back and forth and be the closest series, but it doesn't appear that's going to happen. So what do you think is the one to watch now?
I'd say Minnesota and Memphis.
That's been a pretty good series.
Minnesota just barely clinched that win.
Mm-hmm.
I also am going to pay more attention to Phoenix against New Orleans, because without Booker, Phoenix is struggling. They're only 2-1.
Yeah.
Booker is out for like 3 weeks or something with a grade 1 hamstring strain.
So both New Orleans and Minnesota had to win in the play-in to make the playoffs, right? And so now they're both giving their top seeds some trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm surprised at the Minnesota-Memphis series. It's been well matched so far.
Yeah.
I thought Memphis would have taken care of them, but defense hasn't quite been there like it was in the regular season for them.
I'm just wondering if John Morant will be able to even make it to the next playoff thing. I mean, it's actually gone exactly back-to-back, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think, no, Minnesota won the first one, then Memphis won 2, then Minnesota won. So if it keeps the same pattern, Memphis should win the next 2. If they keep the same pattern, if Minnesota makes one more win before Memphis gets 2, then the pattern's not working.
Oh, boy.
So, I don't know.
All right.
Another exciting one is probably going to be Miami, because they actually lost to the Hawks, or is it Hawks or Falcon? Atlanta.
For the basketball team, it's the Hawks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of football and Matt Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Who's now
A Colt.
Yeah.
We should probably. We're not doing NFL off season for another 3 minutes, so
okay.
don't give any spoilers.
Sorry, guys. Didn't mean
It's
to
okay.
jump ahead there.
Yeah, it's okay.
Speaking of spoilers, have you teased our sponsor yet?
Oh, yeah, we should probably do that. Hello. This is me. I am no longer talking about sports. I am here to present our sponsor today, Saigai Gaming TTM. You should go check out his YouTube channel. He does excellent videos about Fortnite, and he started to live stream and do some new games. I
Check
really
it out.
like it.
Saigai Gaming TTM on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a like and a subscribe.
Mm-hmm. And ring that bell for notifications. Or however it is. I haven't watched too much YouTube where they say ring the bell lately, so.
All right, well, back to sports talk on the Evan Show.
All right. So, who do you think is gonna? Do you think there will be any second round sweeps?
Second round, well, it's hard to say when we don't know what the matchups are yet, right?
Yeah.
So if the Celtics finish off their series here, sweep or not, they'll be playing the winner of the 3rd and 6th seed matchup. No, I'm sorry, the 2nd and 7th seed.
No, because they're 2nd and 7.
So the 3rd and 6th then is who they'll match up against.
No, because if the 6th seed makes it, and if Philadelphia wins their next game, then it'll be Miami versus that 6th seed.
They don't reseed in the NBA.
Oh.
So whatever the matchups are.
Oh.
At least that's my understanding. Maybe I've got it wrong, but
I don't think so. I thought it was like
in the NFL, they'll reseed, and the top seed will play whatever the lowest remaining seed is.
That's always what I've thought, because that's what the NFL does, and and the MLB does that.
I know I'm pretty confident in the NBA you're going to see a 2 against 3 seed in the next round, and one plays the 4 seed or whoever won that series, and so if it's 3 and 6, that's the Bucks and the Bulls.
Yeah.
So
I kind of want Chicago to win. I had DeMar DeRozan on my team.
On your fantasy team?
Yeah, and I was thinking about getting Lonzo Ball if he didn't stay injured, but I don't think he even returned for the playoffs.
Well, I think it would be quite an upset if the Bulls can pull it off, because the Bulls have been in the in a little bit of a slump towards the end of the regular season, right? So. But it would be a nice matchup for the Celtics. A nice, easier path into, the conference finals, possibly. But We'll see. They've matched up well against the Bucks in the past as well, and have played pretty well against Giannis. So
I mean, if the Bulls win, they're gonna go all out to get whoever's up against them, because they'll know they want to win without Michael Jordan. Because ever since Jordan left, did they ever make a single tournament even?
Yeah, they've made the playoffs a few times since Jordan retired.
How about second round?
I don't know. I know they haven't won any championships, but
have they even made it to a championship?
I don't believe they've played in the finals since Jordan retired.
Yeah. So, we should probably start going on to the NFL offseason now.
All right.
Lots of quarterback switches. Marcus Mariota to the Falcons. Let's start it off there. He played one game in the past 2 seasons for the Raiders, and I think he should have been their starter. He's, in my opinion, the better quarterback of the two.
Wow.
I mean, Derek Carr...
It's a hot take.
Derek Carr is an okay quarterback, but Mariota had 25 or 26 FanDuel points or whatever in his only game in the 2020 season against the Chargers, who have Joey Bosa back in the 2020 season. So that's an excellent linebacker who can easily get some sacks a game.
Yeah, certainly is.
And to have Bosa after you is pretty hard. And then
I wouldn't want him chasing me down.
Neither would I. And then he's got to throw under pressure against Joey Bosa, and his best target's probably Darren Waller, Henry Ruggs, maybe even Hunter Renfrow, except he was never being targeted last season. Not 2021, 2020.
Yeah, when Mariota started that one game.
Yeah.
That makes him a better quarterback than Derek Carr.
Hey, Derek Carr's averaged like 14 or 13 fantasy points. And
thrown for 4,500 yards. And pretty good touchdown-interception ratio. I don't know. I think I'd take Carr over Mariota, but
I don't
that's
think
me.
so. I mean, it's really a hard decision because Mariota, maybe it was just one game, but
I would say that I think you're going to see Derek Carr's true potential this year.
With Davante Adams.
With Davante Adams and with Josh McDaniel as his coach. Yeah, I know he's not going to be the offensive coordinator, but I'm sure he'll have a pretty decent say in the offensive planning. I think you're going to see a pretty good offense there in Vegas with the weapons that they have now.
Adams was a college teammate of Carr, so they've played together before. And then, of course, Mariota's got Cordell Patterson. He'll probably do better because Calvin Ridley was suspended for betting on games whole season.
I have a feeling Atlanta's going to be pretty bad this year.
Yeah.
Even if you think Mariota's a good quarterback, he's not going to have a lot to work with there.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts at least, and Cordell Patterson.
Kyle Pitts is an up-and-coming young star, that's for sure.
And then they've got Cordell Patterson, a veteran who can play running back and receiver.
True. What other changes did you want to discuss in the NFL offseason?
I think we should probably start too with Miami and their running backs and receivers attack. They took Tyreek Hill for just draft picks. I'd expect them to at least trade like Jalen Waddle or Devontae Parker before he went to the Patriots.
Having Waddle and Hill on the same wide receiver core is pretty impressive.
Yeah, Tua's going to have a big job.
Who are you going to guard?
Yeah.
Who are you going to double team?
And I think I'd just double team both of them. Leave like a tight end who doesn't do that well open.
I think that tight end would probably start doing pretty well. So, of all the off-season moves in the NFL, which was the one that you were most impressed with? I think it's going to have the biggest impact on the team's success.
This might surprise you, but I think it's Tom Brady's unretirement. I thought he was retired for good after 40 days, and then that night when you just called me out and told me,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I knew the Bucks are going to be a playoff contender and possibly a Super Bowl winner.
It's a chance of it with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You never can count him out.
Mm-hmm. In our animal exhibit, we've got a cheetah and a goat still. And we got a tiger in the golfing exhibit.
Mm-hmm. For those not familiar with the cheetah, who are you referencing?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill is the cheetah. That's right, because he's so fast.
And Tom Brady is the goat.
Obviously, right?
Yeah, greatest of all time.
Yeah.
No one can argue with that one.
Right.
And then Tiger Woods is the tiger.
Yes.
He's already got it in his name.
Mm-hmm.
So, what else happened? Tyrod Taylor is now the Giants' backup, and Teddy Bridgewater is now the Dolphins' backup.
Oh, did he go to Miami?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So who's the Saints quarterback then?
They're playing Taysom Hill at tight end, Andy Dalton's number 2, and they got that guy who started at Jameis Winston.
Oh, Jameis Winston's still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
They got Andy Dalton as their second, and then they put Taysom Hill at tight end. Not sure about that Seaman and Book thing, about those two. I think they're probably going to put one on their practice squad.
You mean Simeon?
Yeah, Simeon.
Mm-hmm. Trevor Simeon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if it was Trevor or Travis.
Mm.
What else happened?
What about the big quarterback moves with Russell Wilson
Oh
going
yeah,
to
Russell Wilson
Denver?
is a Bronco, and
Where do you think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to end up?
probably Seattle.
You think Seattle's going to end up?
They need a quarterback.
So if I'm the San Francisco 49ers and I'm in the same division as Seattle, why would I want to give them a great quarterback when it's going to maybe impact my ability to win games twice a year?
Well, that is a problem, except still, we got the possibility that Jimmy Garoppolo gets injured.
I'm going downstairs, and Zoe's outside.
Okay.
Sorry about that, viewers
Yes,
and
it's
listeners.
okay. Anyways, if Jimmy Garoppolo's thumb injury or whatever he had continues, or if one of his top targets like Lockett or Metcalf gets injured,
Mm-hmm.
or if Chris Carson's still injured or something like that, then they're gonna have a little bit of trouble. I mean, without Chris Carson, they just fell apart.
Yeah. Rashad Penny had a couple of good games, though.
Yeah, like a 2-touchdown, 200-yard rusher, but
Yeah.
I don't think that that it would be too much of a worry of San Francisco as after what happened last season. I mean, even with Russell Wilson going on the injured reserve, I wouldn't be too worried about Seattle.
Interesting. All right. Well, a couple of minutes left here before the episode ends. Anything else you want to say to your viewers, or anything else you want to talk about quickly? Last minute bullet.
What do you think Devontae Parker's going to do for the Patriots?
I think it's going to be a good fit for the Patriots. They need somebody that can play on the outside. He's able to really battle for the ball, and so Matt can kind of throw it up there and let Devontae go up and take it from the other player. And I think that's going to be a good fit.
Anything you think that we should talk about free agency?
No, I mean, I think I would have liked to have seen the Patriots make a few more moves, but we'll see what they do on draft day here next week, and maybe they'll make some moves and add a few players here and there. But
they did get Malcolm Butler, Super Bowl hero.
Yeah, we'll see if he's got anything left in the tank. But
I mean, he was on the retired reserves list or something with the Cardinals last year, but I don't think he's quite done. I think he's back for another season with the Patriots.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the new J.C. Jackson.
That would be impressive if he can be that, but we'll see.
Yep.
All right.
Wait, was there any other off-season moves that were too big that we didn't cover?
I'm sure there were, but we're
yeah.
just about out of time. So
You're right. Well,
thank you, listeners.
thank you for watching the first video of the Evan Show.
Don't forget about our sponsor,
Oh, yeah.
Sci Guy Gaming, TTM, on YouTube. Subscribe, give them a thumbs up.